Why is it? Why is no one talking?
Shalom. And to that, I'd like to say, Kal Halayim La Allah Nawa Yahweh Bashmir Shai Bashmir Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of great men soon who well. Shalom unto the brothers that pushing the suits in truth and the sincerity to all the full concept of it. And risking the life to do so more than whatever. Shalom unto the Israelites who have been scattered among the heathen nations. And Shalom unto the free and faithful Aquatium, the sisters who is listening and learning and obeying the husband. There's your brother Karatazar from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp out of Trinidad and Tobago. Alright, so here I'm going to play this video, right? And what this jig, is talking about. But but she don't know what is the effects or what is the consequences for us being at the position that we are today. Alright, so I'm gonna play this video.
About this, so I will. Why, out of all the slaves, we're still the only ones in slavery? Why is it that we as Black people are the only group that hasn't truly come together to build wealth collectively? Out of all the enslaved people, we're the only ones still fighting to reclaim our power, our unity, or wealth. Why can't we operate like the Chinese and the Indians and grow our society as Black people together? Chinese support Chinese businesses.
All right, because why? All right, so let's get the scripture here. All right, this is the book of Job 9:24, and it reads, "The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he, and where and who is he?" Right, that is Esau Edom. All right, Esau Edom, the white man, as you may know. Right, because why? The Lord have given him the earth, but it was just for borrowed time. Right, he don't have the earth forever. Right, but with that, why we was brought low? Because why? Because we went onto other gods. I'm gonna be quick on this video. All right, but continuing, we have been we have went on to other gods, and this is why we are in this situation, for doing all the iniquities and all the wrongdoings that we did back then. Right, that is why we are in slavery. That is why we are in the position that we are in. Right, if we go to Deuteronomy Deuteronomy 28, right, and 9, it reads, "Yahweh shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he had sworn unto thee, if thou keep the commandments of Yahweh thy power, and walk in his ways. And all the people on the earth shall see thou art called by the name of Yahweh, and they shall be afraid of thee." All right, they shall be afraid of thee. So if we continue in walking in the Lord's ways, statutes, and commandments, many nations would have been afraid of us. Right, many nations, we would have had that stature, we would have been at that high position. All right, ruling the earth. Right, the scriptures also talk about where the righteous ruleth, the people rejoice, but when the wicked rule, the people mourn. And you could see that is what taking place today. From since in the days of slavery, the people was mourning since then, and what people was mourning since then, and even up to now. Right, they're just doing it in a more mental way. All right, we still have these brutalities going on with the COP. All right, and all these like an all these race wars. All right, so when we go down, right, this is the consequences of disobedience. Right, but it shall come to pass if it shall come to pass if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe, do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and take over thee. And this is what happened. We are under the curses from our Bashim Rashai, because we did not listen, we did not obey. And this is the consequence for not obeying the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? This is why our people is in this position that we are today. We are brought very low. Yes, we are kings, but we are brought very low. All right. This is why through the curses, black people always have a jealousy for one another. This is why you see them killing themselves in gangs. Right? This doesn't just happen just like that. This is why some black people don't like each other, especially when they're in a shallow mindset. You will only get a stable mindset from a black person when they basically have a certain level of thinking, right? You know, but as we know that we in black, right? But as they just say black, but at the same time, with these jakes, they don't know based on what is going on scriptural. They don't know what's going on from the scripture. They, as she just speaking here, she just basically seen on surface level. All right, so reading down verse 16. Curse should thou be in the city, and curse shall thou be in the fields. All right, the curse shall be in the basket and storehouse, right? And that storehouse is where, right? That storehouse talking about like dealing with the food and stuff like that, right? Seeing all the prices upon the foods, seeing all the and even goes back to the knowledge as well, right? In terms of what they are feeding us, what they are feeding us mentally through the edification schools, right? Verse 16. Curse shall be in the fields of thy body, right? All these sicknesses, and the food and the fruit of the land, the increase of the kine, and the flocks of thy sheep, right? Curse thou be when thou comest in, and curse thou shall be when goes out, right? So it simply means, because say wherever you go or whatever you do, you will be cursed, right? So even if you leave one city or you leave a next country and go in a next country thinking that you're going to be blessed, this curse is for you all through the way, right? And if you're not hearkening unto your Bashim Yoshai, you understand, it would not become easier for you. Even walking within the faith, even walking within the truth is not easy, but you will understand and you will gain wisdom and you will understand what you are in. And knowing what you are in now, I shouldn't say it will become easy, but it will become more easy for you to bear and endure, because you understand, right? When it have more, right, going down here with the curses, all right. Let me go back into the video.
Indians support Indian business. Look around. Chinese communities are building blocks of businesses. Indian families invest in each other until everyone eats. And us.
Right. And let me say this: when we came into these countries as slaves, we worked for free under heavy, hardcore slavery, right? These Indians, when they come in to work. So from back then, they build that generational wealth, right?
We've been divided by design. That's not by accident. That's programming. When it comes to black owned, we question, we hesitate, we bargain, but it's our job.
So the reason why they do that, question the bargain. Reason why they do that, because many of us are afraid, and being afraid in doing certain things is because of the curses, right? This will just happen just like that. It's because of the curses, what we just read in Deuteronomy 28, right? Because we have turned our backs from our Bashim Yeshai, so we get whipped. It's same thing. We have been doing wrong for many years. Yahweh Bashim Yeshai have put us in slavery many times because we have been disobedient. He put us in slavery many times. He take us out many times. Over time, he get fed up. So he had to put us through hardcore slavery. This is it. And this is it. But some of our people, our tutors, continuing to be in that wicked spirit. Right? Some of us will come into the truth, some of us will not. Right? That's also the frightening thing from the Lord. The Lord could blind you by not seeing the truth and let you continue to be wicked and bring forth serious judgment. Right? But you all don't know the power that you all deal with. Right? But yes, as our people, we are very powerful and we do come together. Right? But hey, the curses is heavy and the curses are strong.
Unlearn it, because no one is coming to save us but us. And the moment we stop trying to make it out and start building where we are, that's the moment that we rise together. But here's the truth they won't tell you. When Black people unite economically, emotionally, spiritually, we become unstoppable. We become dangerous to any system that was built on our...
We are even dangerous by doing nothing. That just to tell you the type of power that we have, that people don't, that the wicked know the type of power that we have. We are dangerous by doing nothing, as you can see, as when you see COP, right? You can see many videos when they come up against a black person. How do they be? They act very frightened, act very scared. They take out weapons one time immediately, right? So you can see the type of power that we have, even though we have been low, we have been brought low, right? Oh, let me get the scripture. Right, this was Hosea 4:6. Right, it said, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children, as they will increase, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame." Right? And that is
this unity that we
many of our people, they lack knowledge. But hey, as we wicked, they have our most of our people have drink that wine. Have drink that wines among the heathens, which it bugged out with their minds as well. Right?
carrying for years. We were taken from royalty, stripped, broken, and scattered across the world. And yet still...
And as I said before, we was kings, but we have, been brought to a lower state. Right? Let me get that precept as well. Right, so the scripture here, Psalms 2:10. "Be wise, now therefore ye are kings. Be instructed, ye judges on the earth." Right? So then here, this other precept here, this is is a classic cuss which known as Iraq. This is 2 and 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art brought to a lower state. And this is where we are. We are kings, but we have been brought to a lower state. Alright?
Expected to rise. But hear me when I say this. Just because we've been separated doesn't mean we can't come back together. We are the original builders, the blueprint, the culture. It starts with one mindset shift. One person, with one person deciding, I'm gonna support my own. I'm gonna lift up my brother. I'm gonna empower my sister. We don't need to wait for the world to give us a seat. We've always had the table. Now let's build together. Now imagine.
Alright, so if you all want to watch that whole video, you all can watch it. You all seen her name there from it on the TikTok, right? But the whole video is just going into building, black building and stuff like that. Alright, but with these precepts here, you know, I hope this just sum it up for you. Alright, what I'm trying to say, you know, that yes, we are kings, but we've been brought to a lower state. And also going back with the curses, you know, that this is why certain things does not work out, you know, when sometimes with back, especially back in the world, when you see a group of jakes, you know, come together and things went sour, you know, because all these things is also part of the curses. All right, and then especially when things go sour, is especially when, you know, Yahweh Bashim Yashai is not in the midst, right? And basically that is what it is, because, you know, because we are praying to idols, right? And we're not praying to our true power, which is Yahweh Bashim Yashai. All right, but yes, therefore, in the kingdom we will be together, and we will rise together within the kingdom with Yahweh Bashim Yashai. But we have to learn these ways first. We have to bring low. We have to be bring low in order to understand the good and the bad. Right? So, you know, this lesson was just a quick one based on what, you know, what that Eve was also saying. You know, so hope this lesson was edified. And to that, I like to say Kal Halayam La Alahai Nawa Yahweh Bashim Yashai Bashim Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Stone who dwell. Shalom unto the brothers that pushing this works in truth and the sincerity to all the folk concept of it. And shalom unto you sisters who listen and learning and obeying your husband. These are better practice. Until next time, shalom.